Can we go forward to John Christensen?
Hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Hi, Heidi, how are you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, John.
I want to see where you are.
Okay, come
I
on
want to see
over.
where you are,
Oh.
yes.
Yes. Without Don Schultz, John would be working in a 7-Eleven, and look at him.
Probably
I
McDonald's.
don't think so.
Pretty soon I will be anyway, so. Thank you guys. Jim, thanks for doing such a great job on this, and Heidi, so nice to see you, sweetheart. My heart goes to you. I'll see you soon, I hope. Anyway, without thinking about Don, it's an awful lot of optimism. He had optimism in individuals, and he certainly had optimism, maybe not of me as an individual, but everybody he ran into, he had optimism. He saw the best in him. He saw what could happen rather than maybe something negative or just another person or whatever. He treated them as individuals and just very, very optimistic, and just saw the light that could come from individuals if he just got certain points through to him. And a lot of it's rubbed off in me and my businesses and so forth and so on. And he had an amazing level of patience. I mean, you guys recognize that? Huge patience. I mean, how many times do you think he said, "What's the benefit?" in the classes over that year? My goodness, probably 10,000 times, but probably around 999, maybe somewhere around 1,700. So I started to get it. Then like around 8,000 or so times of him. What's the benefit in the incarnations of this? I really got it, but if it wasn't for his optimism, just sense that's a dumb old guy with no money like me would get it, it's just, I wouldn't have gotten it. It's a unique understanding. It's extraordinarily important and very life-changing. I'm telling you, it's just a benefit, after I got out of Northwestern IMC, I went off and started my own business and ended up running about 2,000 dental offices in like 7 or 8 countries now. We centrally manage them on digital things and so forth and so on. But early on, there's no way in the world I could have imagined, but I was going, wait a minute, I put together great advertising for these guys, and they just, 5 guys are growing tenfold, and the other 5 are not growing at all. Well, what's the variables? And I kept digging into these internal, what we all look at now as being integrated variables, and kept altering them and quantifying them as best as I possibly could. But this is before I could afford a phone call to Don, or a phone call to Shaker, my dear buddy from undergraduate who had to go to sleep. He apologizes because it's like middle of the night and his mom died 2 days ago, and he just drove across India last night. You know that he drove across India last night because they shut the airplanes down.
I didn't know his mother passed away.
His mom passed away the other night. Yeah, so they shut down the airports, Heidi, and they had to drive across the country to Chennai from Mumbai. So it's crazy. But anyway, he and I, we owe our lives to this gentleman. Just what the heck? How fortunate could we have been? So, without knowing it, and not being able to communicate, a lot of the things I had to do to survive as a business, it's kind of what Don was figuring out he had to do too at the same time, which is make sure all these processes were integrated and optimized and so forth. And so when I finally had the wherewithal to hang out with Don a little bit afterwards, go, whoa, my goodness, because I thought it was kind of on the Mars for this stuff, and Don was just realized everything for me. It's phenomenal. It's just this phenomenal. It's such a godsend and so much fun. And he came out to the company and he goes, this is a vertical marketing firm. What are you talking about? This is vertical marketing. You only work with one industry and that's it. And it is kind of a cool deal to be able to only work with one industry. And I think it was kind of exciting for him to come out to the company, Heidi, don't you think? And, because, I mean, he should be proud of it because basically it's not my company, it's his company. And that's, that's the deal. It's his company. So, occasionally we got to speak alongside of him at the schools and so forth. But, and I, which is what an honor to know him, but then speak alongside him. My goodness. And now, I have to basically give IMC courses to not only my staff. I have to give one tomorrow, by the way, with COVID-19 spacing, of course, in our gardens of our company outside. No, maybe we'll put masks on, maybe we won't. I'm not sure, but all we're doing is perpetuating this whole deal, but it all came from Don, and none of us would be here if it wasn't for Don. And it's just, and Shaker and I say the exact same things, both of us. And Jim, you know this. This is we have a lot to thank for. So we're gonna carry the torch forward and have some fun, and maybe have a glass of wine here or there in his honor, multiple times over the next decade or two. So good to see you all. Thanks.
John, thank you. And thank you so much. And, you know, it's just another opportunity for us all to reflect on, we wouldn't know each other without Don. I mean, look at this community. Look at these spectacular, talented, generous, kind people who are smart. And without Don, we wouldn't know each other. So,
Smarter.
Wow, something. Oh, and by the way, just, you know, a little bit of an epilogue to the story. So John's company has been acting as a sponsor for IMC summer projects. Folks who were here before, we now don't do it on an individual basis. We do it on a team basis. And the academic supervisor of the summer team project for John's company this year is me. So I love it.
Forward to it.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.